One thing we all share as baby boomers is a concern for the health and well-being of our aging parents, and concern for our own health as well. It's going to be us. We all want to enjoy the golden years of our lives, but a change in health can affect any one of us at any stage in life. Now, we've all heard of retirement communities, but there are many different senior living options available nowadays. How do you know which one is right for a loved one or even for ourselves? Well, we've invited Kari Schmidt to help sort out those choices. She's the president of Brookdale's Continuing Care Retirement Community Division. So, Kari, welcome. Thank you for coming in to talk about this. It's such a hot topic. What advice do you give for people trying to prepare for this transition, for all the little life changes that are going to come naturally to all of us?
Well, regardless of how healthy a lifestyle people try to live, health issues are just a natural part of aging. So one thing that we can do to help our parents prepare for the future is to become informed about the many options in senior living.
What are those kinds of options? What's available these days?
Sure. Well, in the skilled nursing setting, nursing care is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, around the clock. Rehabilitation is often available in that setting as well, and that's normally after a hospital stay or some kind of crisis. And then in the assisted living arena, activities of daily living like dressing, grooming, bathing, getting help with medications are all available and very, very accessible. And then for people who don't need help with those kinds of activities, independent living is a great option.
These days, Alzheimer's is such a big issue. Right now, we've got 5 million people in America living with Alzheimer's and their families. And by the year 2050, it looks like it's projected to be maybe 16 million people living with Alzheimer's. How does a caregiver know when it's time to reach for outside help?
Yes, well, Alzheimer's and its many forms of dementia can be very, very complex, incredibly challenging to care for in the home. One of the early signs that family members might see is memory loss, and we're not talking about the kind of senior moments that we all joke about, but true memory loss that impacts a person's life. They're not able to live their life as they would normally live it. When that happens, it's very important to get a good, solid physician workup. And then as the disease progresses, it can be very, very challenging. Sometimes there are behavioral issues and then obviously cognitive decline as it progresses. So at Brookdale, we have communities that are highly specialized to help families meet these needs at all the stages of the disease.
How do we know when it's time to consider trying to talk a parent into moving into senior living facilities?
Sure, that can look many different ways for different families. Safety and security can be a concern. Declining social interaction can be a concern.
Do you have any advice for people how to initiate that kind of conversation so that it doesn't get emotional and becomes really very practical?
That's right. Even in the families with the healthiest of relationships, it's still a difficult conversation to have. But one thing is to not make it a single conversation. Make it a series of conversations so the small things can be talked about and discussed.
Once you make a decision that you need assisted or senior living care, how do you choose a place? What do you look for? What are the tips to look for a good place that fits with your parent?
Sure. Well, most people start their research on the internet, so Brookdale.com is a great place to start. You can search communities by city, state, zip code, and you can see the amenities and the programs and such that's offered. Then it's time to schedule your visit. Highly recommend visiting multiple communities. That way you'll be sure that the choice you're making is the right one for you. You'll want to experience the food. Look at the residents. Are they happy? Are they smiling? Are they out and about and enjoying life in the community? But one of the things that is absolutely critical are the people that work in the community. The associates make the community what it is. So if you found a community that you think the associates are kind, loving, and caring, and they'll take care of your mother or father like their family, you found a wonderful community.
Thank you so much for explaining how to navigate all of this. It's something we're all facing, and for those of us who've been through it, it's hard, but it's not impossible. Thanks a lot.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
And for more information on Brookdale, visit www.brookdale.com or log on to babyboomersinamerica.com.